Yung mga movie, di ba? I'm in! That information is not reading and comprehension. Wala kasing ano at everyone.
What makes our hearts soar? It's knowing we have devoted ourselves to serving you with care. The kind of care that goes above and beyond, taking you unforgettable journeys that last a lifetime. As Asia's first and longest serving airline, we are made for the skies. Experience heartfelt service when you fly with Philippine Airlines. walk into my first college program.
Familiar.
I stand alone.
Parang
At
candidate
an
niya.
entire lecture hall, only three of us were left. I felt small, unsure. I wondered if I even belonged. Years later, in my second year, that feeling happened. Even now, it's not unusual for me to be the only woman.
Salamat.
Everything changed when I found Girls Who Go to College. Through community and sisterhood, I learned a powerful
Baka may different
Like lunch.
In the Philippines, women's homes about 26%
Tastes like
behind that number are the countless girls who never imagined themselves as coders, engineers, or tech. Simply because no one showed them that they could be. Do not feel like you leave anyone behind in a digital world.
I wish I had a
Girls who focus in ambitious goals. Gender parity in tech by 2030. I believe that change begins with access,
say that you stayed here or
I'm room 11. Dr. Eisler
still?
and the alumni advisory council for those the largest nonprofit working to transform educational technology
yeah.
through mentorship, education, and storytelling. To date, Girls Who Code has reached over 760,000
Don't know how much of
girls,
them are Filipino,
women, and non-binary individuals worldwide. Who know what's possible when young people are able
I don't think a lot of them are Filipino, like most of it's US based. I didn't want to say that.
the largest tech community in the Philippines to prioritize STEM
Yeah, like
education.
UNA, it's like everything is crazy.
Through this work, I
Like
help
somebody
them
that's
build
760,000
one where young girls know it is talent and education.
says you got there, I'm gonna have fun.
My goal is to bring these programs to the Philippines. So young Filipinos grow up seeing women who code, read, and innovate, and never count themselves out before they reach university.
Oh, I thought
I am moving to Colorado, near the Philippines, New York,
I feel like
and this is my vision of a purpose passion. Growth and code. Empowering girls shape the future, one line of code at a time. Every dream begins with a question. Why do you want to be a teacher? Why do you want to be a doctor? Why is that your dream? We ask children this question all the time. We expect answers built to but their society decides where they have a different and more.
we need to start before I get Chinese.
And when education ends, dreams quietly disappear.
Makakunin ko na yung ano ko.
Is where Project
Video,
Isaac
they did it
truly
in my
began.
favorite part of the world. Challenge.
These realizations led me to think months. Isaac needs to think. To give it input to consider how
The contours
was
of
made
your face.
without losing. To count them in and to never forget to include them in the systems we build. The first phase of Project Isaac is awareness, inspired by Miss Carla Ubon. She is blind. What? Miss Carla asked her own why. Why she comments silence. Project Isaac reminds us that awareness is not free, it is inspired. The second phase is empowerment. Inspired by Sir Joel and Miss Judy. Sir Joel is a person on the spectrum, while Miss Judy has ADHD and attention type. They do not always express themselves through words or actions, but they express themselves through art. Why do you think? It helps helped us, express us. They are siblings with disabilities. By Sir Jomo and Miss Jody, a reminder that talent exists where opportunity is given. Through internship programs and Toastmasters for persons with disabilities, Project ESIP turns passion into confidence and confidence into independence. The final phase is inclusivity. As a child with paraplegia, poverty, and disability almost undertaken, why did you give up? Today, she is a kindergarten teacher, supported through inclusive interaction for Project ESIP. Miss Karma taught me awareness. Sir Jomo and Miss Jody taught me empowerment, and Miss Beth taught me inclusivity. And as I continue this mission, I hope to see a world where everyone is thought of, because when we choose to ease it, to count them in, and not to think of everyone, we
The name
create a
from
world
Chart.
where no one is ever left behind.
I am Margaret Elisa Marlowe, proudly representing the Filipino community of the United Kingdom. Born and raised in the UK by my devoted family parents, I carry with me the values of faith, family and hard work. Yet my roots remain deeply anchored in Gimba and Maisiha, in line with my ancestors, where tradition and culture flourish. I am a registered nurse specialising in palliative and elderly care. This calling has taught me that healthcare is not only about saving lives, but also ensuring dignity, comfort and compassion at every stage of life. As Filipinos, we are by traits that make us unique. For me, that is our love for food, which is a reminder of home, comfort and connection. I also hold a long life passion for dance, an expression of discipline and creativity that has shaped me since childhood. Today, I stand here to celebrate my heritage and give voice to the values that unite us. I am Margaret Elisa Marlowe, and I am honoured to bring the Filipino community in the UK in the state of Miss World Philippines.
I was raised by a solo parent. While my mother worked abroad, my grandmother became my home, my heart. Today, I serve as a tourism ambassador, sharing the beauty and the culture of my beloved province. And through pageantry, I found a purpose, a way to support my family and to be a reflection of the dreams they built for me. I am Gwen Marie Grion, molded by my past and moving forward with purpose for the future. And one day, through the experiences that shape me and the purpose that drives me, I will fulfill my dream to be a voice for those who, like me, found strength in the quiet courage of resilience. I will become a lawyer. Wali! I am Lorena Jimbo, Miss World Philippines 2026, representing the province of Rizal. I sing, I model, I host, I act, I talk. No, never. In the morning, I work as a TikTok live stream host trainer and remote boss. I sing, duh. But behind the laughter and the promise, lots of stuff shape all of those things. I faced colorism, racism, and moments that made me question where I truly belong. And when I lost my mother to cancer, life became even harder. She was the one who always reminded me that I am right where I belong. I am here to remind everyone that every experience, every stumble, and every setback does not define us. What defines us is how we rise again and again. I am Lorena Jimba, and I am ready to raise the world. People ask, saan galing ang Gigi? It began with my papa when he introduced me to music. His nickname came from his influence, and when I wrote and released my own songs, people were creative, jumpy, lukewarm, artsy, my darkest moments, and I still feel my purpose. I write songs to express myself and to remind others of Pinoy, and that healing inside me. Beyond music, I'm a multimedia artist, host, model, and tarot reader. A legacy of strong Filipinas like my mom, my tita, and my lola pushed me to do as much as I could. From Pampanga to the world, this is my story, and I'm just getting started.
You would do the only.
Rob here, where I see the world as a woman of service. That foundation guided me through both fashion and purpose. I earned my degree in biomedical engineering, became a published musculoskeletal researcher, and a certified EMT, all to follow my dream of healing young heart as a future pediatric cardiologist. Yet beyond the achievements, I've also learned to embrace balance, self-worth, and joy. Coming home to Ifugao, I was given the native name Mbungo. It's a reminder that I'm not only a daughter of my people, but their warrior. Today, as Miss World Philippines Ifugao 2025, I stand with the love of my heritage, the strength of my journey, and the vision to serve both my community and the world. Growing up in a household inclusive of Ifugao.
Proudly representing Hawaii in the National Philippines. Showing up with what Hawaiian values and traditions, and our journey wasn't always easy.
Parang Kendall Jenner ang anak.
Oh, yeah. People Stand Coalition. Women's Salvation National Level. I read that marketing isn't about my skin color and how I look, but how I choose to treat others with love. One of the ways I show that compassion is by sharing meals and passing down stories at the table. That same compassion fuels my advocacy for animal safety and protection, giving every life a chance to be loved. I hope to be a bridge between us and people, sharing a message of love and unity. And from my heart to yours, aloha and shalom.
Beautiful.
Hello, Philippines. I just would like to say hi to my
1.5 million.
and I will be representing the city of Manila for this year's Miss World Celebration. So let's read some comments from our live viewers. So I see a comment here from Ilan Kalinsury of That's a comment about this. Currently, I am working as a certified public accountant for 5 years now. But I'm funny fact, guys, I've always wanted to become a engineer. Very my parents wanted me to become an accountant kasi mas marami ng pera. Parang hindi naman. So we have here another comment from Miss World Philippines 2026. Paano ka naman naging host, ate? Growing up, I was very shy, I was timid, I was so afraid of public speaking. So I told myself this would be a great opportunity for me to gain more confidence. And also, I got to meet you guys, my super supportive 1.5 million viewers. Kahit naman most of the times, kausap ko lang yung sarili ko. But for me, that's the beauty of doing different. That's the beauty of doing something. You get to see a better version of yourself. You get to develop a new, more profound version of yourself. And it's actually your power. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you guys enjoyed our live for today. See you again and see you at the coronation night on February 3 at the Mall of Asia Arena. Hello, Philippines.
I was born in Barcelona to very young parents who were new to the city, so of course that meant that they were very unprepared and scared. I'm very grateful for the childhood I had, though it definitely wasn't easy. My family of overseas Filipino workers taught me to work hard and to find strength even when life was hard. My parents divorced when I was 10. My sister and I moved from house to house, carrying everything that mattered to us in a single backpack. On top of that, I was experiencing bullying at school. I did a number of friends, and really struggled with it. In 2016, everything hit at once. My grandfather, the one who raised us, unfortunately died of leukemia. At 11, I was diagnosed with depression, anxiety, at a time when mental health wasn't really talked about, especially in a Filipino family overseas. They thought distance would heal me, so I moved to the Philippines, but isolation wasn't the cure. But I found comfort in art, music, and slowly in friendship. Healing came slowly, but it came. But when I was just starting to live my life again, COVID hit, and I had to go back to Barcelona. And somehow, that's when my training really began. I studied graphic design, and then digital marketing. I started working, I started modeling. I learned how to be independent. I stand on my own. I realized no one was coming to save me. That's okay, because I was learning how to save myself. Every struggle led me here. We took the voice to those who were silent, and to remind every child their pain is real, their story matters, healing is possible. I am Zia Ines Alcolera, your Miss World Philippines Laguna 2025, and this is my story.
Before my dreams unfolded, my world had already been my greatest teacher. Every story has a beginning, and mine started in Davao City, where people fondly called me Jelai. I was raised in Davao City and Mawag, Davao de Oro. My father is an entrepreneur, while my mother, who once worked overseas, taught me the true meaning of sacrifice. However, the world allowed me to understand that even when families struggle, it opens the way for a new chapter and transformation. After my parents' separation, I was still fortunate to be raised and nurtured by my Lola Belen. She worked multiple jobs such as managing our little sari-sari store, and what I treasure most is her teaching me to live with kindness, humility, and hope. I have always dreamed of becoming a cabin crew. Yet, for someone who grew up in a broken family, that dream came with countless challenges. To keep moving forward, I walked the runway, raced commercials, ushered at events, and embraced every opportunity I could find. From struggle, I found resilience. From pain, I discovered purpose. I am Daveline Doremo, a dreamer, a fighter, a believer, and a Dahowania with a purpose.
Check, check. Hey, check.
You have to make them happen.
Hey, check.
Unfortunately, I believe that challenges stop. I work harder, smarter, and with more confidence. It wasn't easy, but every step brought me closer to my goals. The struggles temporary, but the victories were coming. Now, at 13, I see the payoff, and this is just the start. Filipino doesn't give up. My story proves that with grit, passion, and dreams, nothing is impossible. Meredith Grania, Bobadilla, Luna, Occidental, Mindoro. Most people This only shows that a jack of all trades is a true master. I am Ricky William Gonzaga, Miss World Philippines performance 2025. This journey is my greatest adventure. I am Trilene Dalan, Miss World Philippines Valenzuela.
But what happens when you take away all the mixing background? Let's see you make the background right, shall we? So without all that, what is left of the evening? I am the lamp. I feel like I've already been so many matters. I have been a scholar, a writer, a public speaker, a singer, a journalist, a model, a beauty. Many lives I have lived, I have taught, have therefore an influence, and the other lives now looking on inspiration for their story. Because the one consistent truth in all life experiences is that I, a storyteller, this is my story. About so turn long breath, don't have to a single word can't tell the time. Filipino American and oldest war, the best of the cultures, my faith. My uncle and Lola were farmers, a heritage of harvests. My purpose and journey to help those who are in need. Homeschooled and lonely, I had need of connection. Dance and the arts inspired new direction. With my pen and my brush, I'm an author and painter. With my voice and my movement, I'm a singer and dancer. From local barangays to international stages, I have shared these gifts in so many places. For people at the Batang Football and the International Sports Federation, I am now an ambassador, empowering generations. A heart full of service, my feet on stage, awaiting the harvest. These are just but a few. I am Aishiro Simpson, Miss World Philippines, Quezon City. Solitary motion, a lone brush won't capture the whole. A single word can't tell the entire story. Spell Philippines for constant. If Harvard comes along, I will do it. My family came from America. Through Harvard and President, my parents were able to get opportunities that changed their lives. My grandmother, who was also a teacher and my first inspiration, she taught me that education taught me more power towards the future because as an English teacher, having studied across nations and a wider global perspective, I learned to celebrate diverse cultures and how to change and bring into diverse cultures. I learned about advocacy and marketing with the Singapore Institute of Management under the Royal Melbourne Institute of Health.
where I learned how leadership and creativity can create a meaningful impact. Today, I use every lesson I've learned to advocate for education and empowerment for children. Because when a child is given the chance to grow, they're given the chance to grow. And that is the chance that every child deserves. I'm Angel Abraham, proud to represent Race Girl Philippines Girl Council. Empowerment comes from one thing.
We're waiting for a judge. Of course, I'm gonna go there straight away. But when is so I can see if it's feasible.
Mabuhay! I am Olivia Grace Riley from the vibrant and dream-filled province of Sultan Kudarat. People who don't know me often think I'm timid, but the closest to me will tell you I'm actually
Yes.
business and tabiat or topic in English.
Yes, I will
Someone
keep
who
it.
loves to laugh and talk about anything under the sun. But beyond that laughter, I want my voice to carry purpose.
So
I want to
let
use
us
it
know.
to raise awareness for process that matter deeply to me, mental health and well-being of women.
Yes, I will
More
let
than
you know.
becoming Miss World, I dreamed to become a gynecologist. This dream began when my aunt had to leave Mindanao just to find proper medical help for her fertility issues. Because no woman should ever have to travel far to receive the care and compassion she deserves. My journey is more than the pursuit of craft. It is a mission to ensure every woman is seen, heard, and healed. Because in the end, a queen shines, but a woman with purpose transforms the world. Mabuhay Philippines and welcome to New York. And just like New York, Metro Manila is a city that never sleeps. Hello world, I'm Marisa Delgado, a data scientist and model based in New York City. I was born and raised in California, but everything changed when I was discovered by my modeling agency and moved to New York.
Boy, Philippines. Here in New York, there's a little Manila where the food, culture, and community feel like home. My mom is from Pampanga, the culinary capital of the Philippines, and my dad grew up in Tondo, Manila. They came to America with nothing but their dreams, and I carry their sacrifice with me in every step I take. Last year, I made history as the first Filipina American to be crowned Miss New York USA. Being an empowered Filipina means embracing being multidimensional, coders and creatives, leaders and dreamers. I'm Marisa Delgado, proudly representing the Filipino community of New York to the world.
It's Zoe without the Y. I'm trying my best, okay?
Well, an aspiring one, please. Zoe's not perfect, but she's trying her best at life. Sometimes it's the process of trying that matters. I hope you enjoyed this class of Zoe 101.
It's your turn.
Class dismissed. Welcome to Zoe 101.
Hola! Yo, I'm Charlotte Shelter. Un verdadera doppelganger. After all, while other kids are collecting stickers, I was collecting customers. I started selling liquids, shirts, and accessories online. At 19, I opened my first coffee and food stall because caffeine isn't just a thing, it's a lifestyle. And I love dancing. That's why then I came down the stage and we were competing with a barangay hip-hop dance competition. And for some reason, I only sketch and either sing or walking fast. My professor probably named it after Casper on procrastination. I am from cats and four dogs and keep angels in heaven. Let's just say that I run a kingdom of bird and love. I live in race, explore the cafes, and love to cook, especially Seneca and adobo. I love my sketches, but this year I am happier that I am. And maybe that's why I will be with purposeful projects on the way, all while saving my own life. I may be a mix of caffeine, chaos, and compassion, but that what gives me attitudes are resilient, vibrant, and God-fearing doppelganger. Gracias. Hola!
This is a safe small became her own life, giving her all everything she does and everything she can. From a young age, she understood responsibility. She studied hard, taught her parents and sweet, and carried the hopes of her family on her shoulders. But somewhere along the way, that spark began to fade. The way of sacrifice becomes considered life woman. The world she wants to know seems to be. But then I realized my spark was empty. It was only waiting for me. Like a waterfall of glitters touched by the sun, I found the shine again. Ready to take on that shine. One of the shiners side because I was myself. I am this part, and this is how it's done. This is what I was born.
Hello everyone, I am Kiana Rospunza Benson, proudly representing Bezel Properties. I am a
Bonga Peninsula, where Christians, Muslims, and Muslims meet together as one. Here, we respeto, treating with other politeness as naturally as women. I learned early that to be proud of diversity. I wear the mantle as the outreach as just because we are Zamboanga, my name is Rosalie Escudo.
Very nice.
Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies. Parang kinakabahan sila. But anyway, good afternoon, Philippines, and good afternoon, world. We are on a very cerebral day today as our ladies take on the head-to-head challenge to determine who among them can actually make the cut and the mold of the true Miss World Philippines Queen. The head-to-head challenge is, of course, one of the most anticipated fast-track events in Miss World Philippines and a segment that sets it apart from other equally important pageants. It's a test of wisdom and wit. It's a candidate's platform to making the world see that her outer beauty is in harmony with her inner dispositions. It's our way of getting to know her more than what her application papers reveal. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Miss World Philippines 2026 Head-to-Head Challenge. So we are happy to be bringing the Head-to-Head Challenge straight from the Bellevue, Manila to your screens with the help of our generous sponsors. Please watch this.
Standby group 1. Standby. Sino yung group 1? Akyat na po. Doon lang ah. Standby po na. Standby na. Apat kayo ba?
Tagal.
Okay, so once again, to all of our sponsors, maraming salamat po. And of course, to our online audiences, may we also ask that you share and like the videos, also support your candidates' presentation today for the head-to-head challenge. Okay, so at this point, we should adjudge the winner in the head-to-head challenge is set with the following simple parameters. Okay, so ladies, you should listen. This would be the basis if you will make it to the cut or the first cut for the head-to-head challenge. So content is 60%, which includes statement of purpose, organization of ideas, supporting details, and incorporation of stories or example. Delivery is 40%, which includes clarity of speech, vocabulary, volume, and poise and projection. And that's a total of 100%. So ladies, good luck to all of you. We're very much excited. So attention is set this time to the respectable set of judges whose scrutiny will give the Miss World Philippines crown challengers a great deal of pressure. But for sure, our judges will be more kind than condescending to make our girls feel that their expression of their own brand of wits will not be taken with a grain of salt. Let's begin and let's meet our judges. Our first judge is a fashion brand owner behind a sustainable label, Ate Baitada, an experienced event host and currently leads PR for international brands including Gentle Monster, Malbon, Arabica, Pretty Huge, and Art Plus. She is Miss World Philippines 2022 Head-to-Head Challenge winner and Miss Super Worldwide International title holder. Ladies, let's give our applause to Miss Cheriza Esparago. Thank you so much, Miss Cheriza. Very beautiful in pink this afternoon. Okay, and now we'll be introducing the chairman of the board. He's the Deputy Chief of Staff of the City Vice Mayor of Cagayan de Oro. He's a former teacher of English language and literature, speech, and journalism. He's the writer of Tracy Marin Perez Para Kay Nanay, A Mother's Journey to Love, and other advocacy videos of ALV Pageant Circle. He is a Q&A trainer and the resident Q&A writer of Miss World Philippines and Miss Grand Philippines. Let's all welcome Mr. Michael Solis Villamor. Okay, so before we get to introduce the third judge, let me ask our judges a little question or maybe a little icebreaker for the ladies this afternoon. We'd just like to ask, Teresa, you can. Yes, please. Yeah, so we would like to ask Miss Teresa, what are your expectations for today for all of the girls here?
Thank you so much for that lovely question. My expectation for all of the girls, well, we've been in your position. So our expectation is really what we expected from ourselves when we went up on that stage, which is, I hope I can show them who I am as a person. I hope I can show my advocacies. And more importantly, I hope I can really show all of the people here on live and in Bellevue, Manila, why this mic deserves to be in my hand. Especially on coronation ring, right?
That's very interesting. Okay, thank you so much for that. And the ladies would definitely take that in mind as they come up the stage later on, one by one. Thank you so much, Ms. Teresa. How about we go here to our chairman of the board, Mr. Michael, of course, my very favorite. Ang lapit naman yata natin sa camera. Okay, may we ask po, what are you currently looking for? Like, what would you want to hear from all of the girls?
Siguro we'll look for that lady, that Miss World Philippines, who could elevate pageantry and purpose to pageantry and influence and pageantry and empowerment. And that who among these ladies are the most relatable even to the common man, to the common Filipino.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mike. You may now please take your seat. And you know what, ladies, that's right. It is very important for you to take in today's competition very seriously, but at the same time, take it lightly. Always show who you are and at the best way possible for you. I know that's a challenge that every one of you are up for today, and I'm very much excited for the rest of you. And while we wait for our next judge, may we just acknowledge her here right now. Okay, our second judge is one of the Miss World Philippines gems who have excelled exponentially with her gift of gab, a much sought after host and multimedia personality. She is a pageant fanatic's dream queen who has made waves in the pageant industry through the years. Ladies and gentlemen, our judge is one of my favorite beauty queens of all time. And as we wait for her, I know you're all excited. Do you have any ideas, ladies? I think they're all asking me to with that. We wait for her, but then again, before we introduce her, we would once again like to thank all of the sponsors who made this day possible. To Bellevue, Manila, thank you all so much for accommodating us for the head-to-head challenge of Miss World Philippines 2026. Maraming salamat po. Yes, we're still waiting for our judge. Okay, so before we introduce our judge, I would just like to remind the ladies with how the flow of event today would go through. So now that we have set our preliminaries, we now come to the main event and we shall begin the head-to-head challenge in a little bit. So with our first batch of 4 candidates, okay, I think it's about time to introduce her. Ladies and gentlemen, your second judge, Miss Maria Gigante. Yes, Pukanaga. So I've asked 3 of the judges here. Miss Maria can go here. And I would like to ask you also a question. Would you like to give a tip to all of the ladies who will be competing for the head-to-head today?
I would love to. Thank you, Jasmine. Doesn't she look lovely today? So I guess my biggest tip to all of you is to speak from the heart. I remember my time competing in head-to-head. It was a very challenging matcha. See, this is what I mean. We had the most fun, but we also had the best camaraderie between us girls. We were truly sisters, but we were also our fiercest competitors. We didn't hesitate to show our best. We weren't thinking about any other outcome than having the place we truly deserve. Because at the end of the day, Miss World is all about your purpose. And we're all about letting that shine through. So I can't wait to see what each and every one of you have in store for each of us. I want to see you guys talk about your true, authentic selves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria. And now we begin. So once again, let me come back to where I was before. So for each batch, 1 candidate will emerge as a winner. So there will be 6 batches for today to all of our judges. So that means we will have 6 winners at the end of this round. But, of course, there will be 2 other top scorer girls who will claim their wild card entry into the next round. So these candidates may come from any of the 6 batches. And they will compete, or they will complete the group of 8 ladies who will battle it out at the finals head-to-head challenge, and that is set tomorrow. So, if all the ladies are you ready? Yeah. Okay, I believe that the group 1 is ready, so please join me on stage and we'll begin the head-to-head challenge. So now we shall play their individual introduction video and the ball starts rolling with a question thereafter. So judges, are you ready? Okay, our audiences from all over the Philippines are also tuned in, so let's begin.
Most people spend their time basking in the sunshine. My specialty? Adventure. From the stroke of a brush to strong strings, and the science of perfecting technique. I dove into water, solid nets, and braved my way towards summits. And I learned to walk with purpose through pageant. This only shows that a jack of all trades is a true master of courage. I am Nikki Malabuyo Lozano, your Miss World Philippines Batangas 2035. And this journey is my greatest adventure yet.
This is Crystal, a sunny soul who became her own light, giving her all in everything she does and every dream she carried. From a young age, she understood responsibility. She studied hard, helped her parents make ends meet, and carried the hopes of her family on her shoulders. But somewhere along the way, that spark began to fade. The weight of sacrifice, the constant giving, left her tired. The world she once dreamed of seemed further than ever. But then I realized my spark was never gone. It was only waiting for me. Like a waterfall that glitters when touched by the sun, I found my shine again. Ready to take on that journey, one that shines its own because I was myself. I am Crystal, and this is how I spark. This is why I spark.
Most people.
This.
Okay, so we will begin by asking Miss Batangas first. That's a very wonderful introduction video. Okay, so here's your question. If representing the Philippines on the world stage were an adventure, what values would you carry with you to come out victorious in the end?
Oh, my experiences, as you seen in the intro video, has taught me a lot of values. Especially I played sports, I'm interested in cooking and baking, but I think one value that I would carry with me, which I learned from my experiences, is courage. Courage to face on the challenges that will come along my way. Not just as I face the national stage, but as I meet new people, people of different cultures and races. And I hope that the courage of a Filipino woman would be able to inspire the people I will meet along the way. So I stand before you as someone who has not mastered one path, but who is brave enough to explore many. Because life doesn't expect you to be perfect, but it asks you to be prepared. So again, I am Nikki Malabuyo Clarzano, and I am a proud Filipina and a fearless dreamer, and someone who will not only carry Miss World Philippines through beauty, but through courage and action. And then again, this is my greatest adventure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I love what you said. Not perfect, but prepared. Okay, now we move on to Miss Ligan City.
It's Crystal, a sunny soul who became her own light, giving her all in everything she does and every dream she carried. From a young age, she understood responsibility. She studied hard, helped her parents make ends meet, and carried the hopes of her family on her shoulders. But somewhere along the way, that spark began to fade. The weight of sacrifice, the constant giving, left her tired. The world she once dreamed of seemed further than ever. But then I realized my spark was never gone. It was only waiting for me. Like a waterfall that glitters when touched by the sun, I found my shine again. Ready to take on that journey, one that shined its own, because I was myself. I am Crystal, and this is how I spark. This is why I spark.
Thank you, Crystal, for that wonderful video. Okay, so in your introduction video, you spoke about the spark of life and how many people like you lose the spark, that spark, due to hardships. And how do you hope to help others rediscover their own spark?
So good morning, Miss Jasmine. It's nice to see you again. So I am Crystal Reyes Peralta, your Miss World Philippines, Iligan City. So in my introduction video, I said that there was a time in my life where I lost my spark. Maybe because I was the eldest among 5 siblings, and it was hard to be like the second parent because I have a single mother. And so when I was young, I was the kind of child that would participate into all of the activities. Maybe dancing, maybe singing, name it all. I was there. Tara was there. And then when I was in senior high school, I realized that I felt tired. So I put myself in the corner and just watched everyone and everything. And at that moment, I realized that the spark was never gone. I was simply there. I was simply observing the people around me. And at that moment, I realized that you can shine without outshining others, because the spark within us will always be there. And in my video, you can see a little girl. That little girl was actually my sister. And I told her that, hey sis, I'm gonna have my introduction video. Can you be the little Tala in there? And she said like, no. And I was like, please, please. And she told me that, Ate, I can do it, I'm shy. And so, I bribed her. I told her I'm gonna pay her if she's gonna be with me in that video. And so I succeeded. And then, at that moment, while we were making my video, I realized that when we shine, it's not about the noise. It's not about being forceful in what we do. It's the clarity. And to everyone who's watching this and who felt like when they are at pause, their life is over, well, you're not. Well, I am a living testament that when you're quiet, it's actually the time that you will find yourselves into better positions. And right now, I really hope that little Tara is proud of me, as I am now one of the candidates competing for the Miss World Philippines round. And I'm just so grateful that I was able to find that spark within me, crystal clear. And today, I'm hoping that I can show that to the rest of the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, crystal clear. Tala. Okay, so now we move on to Ms. Negros and Bridget.
Me? They might describe me as quiet, and they're not wrong. But I learned early on that quiet doesn't mean being powerless. As a child, I discovered that there is strength in my voice. When something happened, I chose to speak. My mother raised me to be of service, to stand out for others, to lead with compassion, even when my voice shook. My service is quiet, not loud, not for applause. It is. For over 12 years, I have served through education, community work, disaster resilience, environmental protection, farmers empowerment, road safety, animal welfare, and inclusion for persons with disabilities. In Morelos Island region, community is instinct, not a power, not a right. And without realizing it, this place shaped the women of the day. So, who is Cindy? I am strength in its quiet form.
I am Cindy. Agnes Valencia, your Miss World Philippines, Negros Island region.
Wonderful. Okay. So, Cindy, on your video, you spoke about finding strength in your voice. How did discovering your voice change the way you see your growth? And how do you hope to use it to amplify the voice of those still unheard?
My mother always told me that you have to speak up when you need or want something. But the very first moment that I spoke was for somebody who needed help. And from that moment on, I knew my purpose. So I became a public speaker and a Toastmaster. During those moments of my leadership and as a speaker and a voice for somebody, for anybody, I learned that you don't need to be someone who is loud in the room. You can be quiet, but you can also empower others to speak up when it matters. And in those moments of leadership, of quiet service, of helping others, not for recognition, I found growth in me and for everybody that I spoke for. And I'm here today in this stage as someone who has helped multiple communities in Negros Island region, hoping that my voice could also inspire voices all over the world that would speak messages that matter to everybody. So I hope to be someone that is the quiet strength in itself and for everybody who will be empowered in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy. And now we move on to the last lady of Group 1. We welcome Miss Pampanga.
Maya Baldo, I'm Gabrielle Galapia, but you can call me Gigi. People ask, saan galing ang Gigi? It began with my papa when he introduced me to music. His nickname came from his initials, and when I wrote and released my own songs, I borrowed the idea. Gigi was born. Art saved me. It carried me through my darkest moments and still fuels my purpose. I write songs to express myself and to remind others that we're not alone and that healing can sound beautiful. Beyond music, I'm a multimedia artist, host, model, and tarot reader. A legacy of strong Filipinas like my mom, my tita, and my lola pushed me to do as much as I could to be as much as I can. From Pampanga to the world, this is my story, and I'm just getting started.
Hi, okay, Gigi.
Yes, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Miss Jasmine.
Okay, good afternoon. So you shared on your video that you're a tarot reader. Like me, I do read a little bit.
That's
So you should
beautiful.
teach me later. More of that. Okay, so how was guiding others through moments of uncertainty helped you better understand yourself and your own life choices?
Hello again. Good afternoon, everyone. As you saw in the video, my name is Gigi. So guiding others to me is very special, even before I started doing tarot reading. Because for me, serving as a light, as an inspiration is so important in our communities because it can help forward not only us, but also the people that are very, very important to us. So tarot reading for me was the same thing. I was able to talk to different people and I was able to tell them, okay, so this is what's in your future, this is the advice that I'm going to give you, I hope that you follow it. And sometimes they come up to me afterwards and they say, oh Gigi, you know, I followed your advice and you were so right. And that in itself, it heals me. Because sometimes they're going through similar things. Of course, I can't tell them, oh, I relate to you. But it's so beautiful because then I get to realize, okay, maybe I should do this instead of this. So empowering other people and being able to guide them is also guiding myself as well. And I think that's very beautiful. So I'm very blessed to be a tarot reader. I believe it's a gift from the divine. And you can book a session with me if you would like. That's all.
thank you so much.
Thank you. You should book me one, but it's
Yes,
a training session.
Yes, we should read each other.
Maybe I should also give you bundle, guys. We could collaborate. Okay, thank you so much, Gigi. And now we move on to the personality questions. We will begin with Ms. Batangas. So, Nikki, what is one thing you genuinely enjoy doing even when no one is watching? Interesting.
Interesting. I had to take a moment to think about that. And when I was looking down, I only thought of my dog. When I come home, I just want to see my dog. When I'm away, I just think of my dog. And yeah, animals are companions. And they're more than just pets, but family. And to those who doesn't have pets, you should get a pet. You should get a pet because as someone who is an only child, I didn't grow up with a sibling, a sister, or a brother whom I can really bond with. So when Popoy came into our life, I had that, that someone to bond with. When my parents are away, when my parents are busy, he's just the light in our life. And yeah, having a companion means a lot to me as an only child. And just animals in general are the epitome of kindness. And so I think that that's something we should learn from them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Batangas. Plus, they're so cute, right?
Of course.
You can get it. Okay, so now we move on to Miss Iligan City, Tala or Crystal. When things don't go as planned, what helps you stay positive?
Well, in our everyday lives, even though we plan what we're gonna do today, that will not happen the way it is. Because there are a lot of unpredictable things that may happen along the way. If I may share a story that had just happened yesterday, oh my God. So yesterday, I was one of the girls who went to Cebu to visit Cure Foundation with Miss Jasmine. So our flight was supposed to be 5:30. I wake up early, guys. I wake up like 3. And then when I read the GC for us girls who were going to Cebu, I saw Miss Krishna said that we will wear the blue Miss World Philippines shirt. But I thought it was the white one. So I was looking for the blue shirt all over the condo. I was looking for it in the drawer, in my team's drawer actually, because I thought that it was just mixed up there. But sadly, I didn't saw the shirt. So I opted to use the white one. And then I was rushing to book a taxi, but I couldn't book one because it was like 4 a.m. And so I opted to ride a motorcycle. And so Kuya Driver came. And I was happy and I told him, Kuya Driver, I have a flight by 5. Can we make it? Please be honest. And he told me, yes ma'am, we can do this. Just hold on tight and you'll get on your flight. And I was like, let's do this, Kuya Driver. So I was there and then I didn't have data to tell my co-candidates that, guys, I'm gonna be there, I'm just a little bit late. So Ma'am Krishna called me and she said, Tala, where are you? It's like 5 na. And I was like, Miss K, I'm here at the airport. I'm just here in the lobby. And she said, oh, okay, you can run. I was like, yeah, I can run. It's like 5:06 and we're boarding by 5:10. And I told the flight attendants and Naiya, they told me, Ma'am, you're late. You can go to the flight. And I said, no. Miss Krishna told me that I can. And then they called and they said, Ma'am, can you run for 3 minutes? Can you make it? I said, I will make it. So, luckily, I was able to make it, but I was the only one in the shuttle towards the plane, and it was so very awkward. I was like, oh my God, what is this experience? It's new to me. And when I arrived at the airplane, everyone was standing, including the mechanical men. They were in the stairs. And the flight attendants were all standing and they were like, hi ma'am, good morning. I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be late and everyone was watching at me while I was walking at the lane. And I was like, oh my gosh, I will not do this again. So that experience had taught me a lot of things in life. And through that, I realized that, you know, unpredictable things may happen, but you should always go with the flow. But sometimes naman, we can also compromise and be sure that we're not going to be late. But, you know, life is full of uncertainties, and it's up to us how we will manage to make it right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I thought how we would make it on time. That's a lesson anyway. Thank you so much. And now we move on to Miss Negros Island Region, Cindy. So if you could pass on one positive habit to others, what would it be?
One positive habit was to always smile. Even now, here on stage, I always remember to breathe and smile. Because everything's gonna be okay. You just have to relax, have on a positive mindset that everything is gonna be okay. And then when you smile, everything feels lighter. And of course, that is something that I would also emulate to everybody who is watching. No matter what happens in life, no matter what adversities you experience, always remember to smile. And especially in the online world where everything is in chaos, always remember to be positive everywhere and everywhere you go and everything that you do. Be the reason the world smile. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy. And now we go back to Gigi. Okay, so aside from tarot reading,
Yes.
what's something people are surprised to learn about you once they really get to know you?
They would be surprised to find out that I used to shave my head. Yes, I used to go bald when I was younger, especially during the pandemic. I remember I told my mom, "Mom, what if I go bald?" She said, "Okay." That afternoon, she took out a razor and she shaved my head. And a lot of people ask me, "Gigi, why? Why did you shave your head?" And the truth is that I just wanted to see the shape of my head. And I think that's a lesson for all of us, that there doesn't really need to be a big reason as to why you do things. Sometimes you can just do things for the fun of it. And I think that's a really great life lesson that I bring until now. I think we get so pressured into finding the big why. But sometimes we just have to pause and realize, I can just do this because I want this to be my story. I want this to be my experience. So yes, I shaved my head before.
So would you encourage?
Yes, I would. At least once in your life. Yes, because I'm not afraid to get haircuts anymore, everybody. Because I know in my mind, I can always go bald.
Oh, we should see a photo of that, right? Okay, thank you so much, Gigi. Thank you so much, Group 1. Okay, you may now go back to your seats as we welcome Group 2. But as we welcome our second batch, let's all watch this video of our sponsors. Okay, once again, thank you to our sponsors. Now we move on and we welcome our second batch of ladies. And now we will begin with Miss Bawan Batangas.
When I was just 11, I was diagnosed with multiple gallstones. Doctors prepared me for surgery, but on the day of operation, the stones were gone. They call it a miracle, but I call it faith, discipline, and the beginning of a bigger purpose. That miracle shaped the woman I am today, from a small town girl to a youth leader, advocate, and leader. As an economics student who was once a health manager in auditing and assurance, vice president for external affairs, junior mayor, community controller, and health and wellness advocate, I am currently keeping Boston Panel for Miss Earth Philippines Bawan Batangas 2025, an empowered Filipino is not only found by achievements, but by resilience, faith, and service. My journey is proof that miracles happen when we dare to believe.
Okay, very wonderful video. So thank you, Carolyn. Your question is, recognizing that your life now is a miracle, given that wonderful information you just shared to us, given that your life now is a miracle, how can you use your voice as Miss World Philippines to remind people of the value of life?
Life is so precious that we needed to see miracle in everything that we do. It's just a simple act of kindness that you can give to other people, or a simple smile that you can share to someone who is so sad today. You know what we have today is a miracle. To see our judges, to be with my candidates is a blessing. And ever since that miracle, I see how gratitude fills our lives. No matter how sad or happy our life is, we should be grateful for it because it makes us who we are. And I, from Bawan Batangas, I am an empowered Filipino, not just because of my miracle, but because of the purpose that I've seen through these miracles. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Bawan Batangas. And now we move on to Miss Ifugao.
Growing up in a household infused with Filipino values of faith, resilience, and Ifugao spirit shaped the way I see the world as a woman of service. That foundation guided me to pursue both passion and purpose. I earned my degree in biomedical engineering, became a published musculoskeletal researcher, and a certified EMT, all to follow my dream of healing young hearts as a future pediatric cardiologist.
Yet beyond the achievements, I have also learned to embrace balance, self-worth, and joy. Coming home to Ifugao, I was given the native name Indongdong, a reminder that I'm not only a daughter of my people, but their warrior.
Today, as Miss World Philippines Ifugao 2025, I stand with the love of my heritage, the strength of my journey, and the vision to serve both my community and the world. Growing.
Okay. Very wonderful introduction video, Valerie. So, the Ifugao spirit is rooted in resilience. If you were to represent the Philippines on the world stage, how would the Ifugao spirit guide the way you lead with purpose?
I think this year, my journey here in the Philippines has really been
a show of resilience and adaptability. If you don't know my story, I was born in the US. I was raised by an American father and a Filipino mother, my mom being from Ifugao. But this year, after I graduated with my degree in biomedical engineering, I decided to come back. I chose the Philippines to choose creative outlets, so I could learn more about my heritage, about my culture, about who I am truly as an Ifugao woman. And this whole experience has not been easy, if I'm honest. Every step of the way, I didn't understand Tagalog when I came here. I've been learning the language. I've had to adapt through many different things, and even going back and forth to Ifugao every time is a 10-hour journey, which can be hard at times, especially during typhoon season, let me tell you. But I've learned to adapt. I've learned to take every step of the way as a blessing, as a journey, as an opportunity to learn and grow. So I think that's really at the heart of being an Ifugao woman, and it's at the heart of being a Filipino woman at the end of the day. So when I go to the international stage, hopefully someday, I would take that same intentionality, that same compassion, and that same Ifugao warrior spirit to the international stage, representing such a beautiful place as the Philippines, which I now call home. Thank you. Thank you so much, Valerie. And now we move on to Miss Quezon Province.
Hello everyone, I am Kiana Rose Punzalan Henson, proudly representing Quezon Province. I am a Filipino woman whose journey has been shaped by resilience, faith, and hard work. I went through seasons of silent struggles, but those moments taught me how to rise with courage and purpose. I started as a working student, later become a teacher, and now a proud small business owner. Each chapter of my life reminded me that empowerment begins when a woman chooses to believe in herself even when life is uncertain. This journey inspired my advocacy, teaching young children financial literacy so they can grow confident, independent, and aware of their own worth. Today, I am here not just as a candidate, but as an empowered Filipino woman who leads with compassion, determination, and hope. This is my story, and I am ready to share it with the world.
Okay, Kiana. As Miss World Philippines, how would you share the importance of financial literacy as a form of empowerment?
I will use my background as a teacher to explain financial literacy clearly and patiently, because I understand that lesson happens best when people feel that they are supported and respected. And I chose teaching young children financial literacy in a most simple and practical way because I want them to learn how to value money and how to save, budget, so that they can prepare for the future. And I joined Miss World Philippines to expand my advocacy because I want to reach more communities nationwide. So, because I believe that when children learn these lessons early, they equip with life skills, and it helps to break the cycle of financial struggles within the family. And I believe that when children are taught early, they just don't survive, they thrive.
Thank you, Kiana. Now we move on to Miss Oriental Mindoro.
Hi, I am Ronette Cahayan Castillo, a daughter of the nature's paradise of the South, Oriental Mindoro. Like the ocean that surrounds my home, my dreams are deep, wide, and always moving forward. At 24, I wear many hats, not just in title, but in purpose. Each one represents a part of who I am. A voice that hosts, a crown that carries responsibility, a mind that creates, a mentor who empowers, and a heart brave enough to build something of her own. I find joy in singing, comfort in books, and confidence in makeup. Little rituals that remind me that self-expression is a form of strength. I laugh loudly, speak freely, and live brightly because joy has always been my way of surviving. When I was 13, I learned that money is not just earned, it is valued. With simple bracelets in my hand and hope in my heart, I became a young entrepreneur. From helping adults navigate online shopping to selling jewelry, I learned that even small things, when crafted with love, can change lives. And that is how an empowered Filipino lives. Oriental Mindoro has always been my safe haven. I carry an endless desire to keep learning, growing, and becoming. This is my story. Like the tide, my journey is about to touch the shore.
Okay, Ronette, wonderful video. So many young Filipinos have ideas but lack access to support. How can you use your platform to help inspire young Filipinos to turn potential into possibility?
To be honest, when I joined Miss World Philippines, I really have no budget. But I know that I have so much potential. See, and that is the greatest possibility that we can offer. When we first believe in ourselves, we can see the potential in everything that actually has it. And I do believe that once we own something, once we believe in something, that small thing can turn into a potential. And when we learn to nurture them, so let them thrive, so let them understand the value of the things that they want, then it's not just potential, it would be power. It's power that has influence, power that has effect not just on the majority of the people, but also to the mainstream. The ones the ones who watch us, the ones who listen to us, they become the main reason why potentials begin, because they are inspired. So that's the reason why we need to nurture not just the people with potential, but also those who doesn't show much, because that is when discovery comes in. When we learn and when we help other people, we create potential. And when we do, we create a powerful Filipina. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Oriental Mindoro. Moving on to our next set of questions to Ms. Owen Batangas. Okay. If laughter were part of your beauty routine, what usually makes you laugh?
I usually laugh on silly things. Just for example, when I see something that is not really predictable, I would just laugh. It is simply because I find joy in everything that I see, in everything that I do. Because life should be just simple. We should see the joy in every decisions that we make. Because joy is priceless, and we should embrace that. To be part of somebody's happiness is something that will be a blessing to their life. So I hope you give a chance to others to make them laugh, to make them smile, because smile is a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bon. Can you make us laugh now?
I will just smile.
You're just smile?
You're laughing.
Okay, at least you made somebody laugh today. Okay, now we move on to Valerie. Okay, so how do you stay true to yourself in a world full of expectations?
I'd say that's really, truly a hard question. And I would be dishonest if I didn't say that every day when I wake up, I have to choose to believe in myself. There are a lot of expectations, especially in a world with so much social media, especially when we are in the public eye every day as pageant title holders, am I right? So I really have to choose to believe in myself every day. It's a choice. I tell to every high schooler I meet when I tour in Ifugao talking about mental health. I talk about self-confidence, self-awareness, and self-esteem. And it starts with how you feel on the inside, how you approach, how you look at yourself. Because how am I going to expect others to believe in me if I don't believe in myself first? So I wake up every single day choosing to believe in myself, choosing to be the best version of myself, and choosing to grow every step of the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Val. So do you look in the mirror and you said, I can do this, nothing like that, nothing...
So ganda siya.
Ganda siya. So now you understand Tagalog.
Getting there, see?
Thank you, Valerie. Okay, so now we move on to Miss Oriental Mindoro. Okay. Ronette, if you could instantly learn a new skill just for fun. Yeah, just for fun. What would it be and why?
This is a dream. I really wanted to learn guitar. I really wanted to play music. I sing a lot. I sing in the bathroom, I sing in the MRT station, I sing everywhere. But I don't know how to make music with my hands. Which I feel like playing a guitar, even if you don't know how to sing, even if you don't know how to dance, you can let other people listen to your good music. And I did try to practice once, but it kind of hurt my fingers. Because, look at my fingers, ma'am. It's very long. But with the idea of having someone to tutor you, to nurture you, I would be gladly and would be happy to have someone teach me guitar, like Gigi. Hi Gigi, can you please teach me a guitar? But kidding aside, that's one thing that will make me happy. I will bring all the time with me, but everywhere I go, I would bring my guitar. And this is a message to every little child who wants to learn something. I hope you learn it even when you're young. I hope you have someone to support you as you pursue it. And I hope somebody in this room helps a little child earn the dream or discover the dream or just want to have that hobby. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, it's definitely nails or strings. Okay, so now we move on to Kiana. Kiana, if you could sit down for a coffee with your younger self, what would you tell her about your life now?
Well, I will tell her that I am proud of herself. I am proud of myself because I went through a seasons of struggles, as I mentioned in my introduction video, and the most difficult moment is learning how to keep going when everything felt uncertain. There was a time in my life that I was juggling responsibilities, self-doubt, my biggest heartbreak, and fear quietly, without letting the world see how heavy it felt. But in that silence, I discovered my strength. I learned that resilience is not always loud. It's choosing to rise every day, even when no one is watching. And I want to tell her that inspire others that your circumstances don't define you. Just believe in yourself, stay kind, trust in Him, and pursue your dreams with courage. Because when you believe in yourself and when you have faith in Him, everything is possible.
Thank you so much, Ms. Quezon Province. And definitely your younger self is very proud of you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your second batch of ladies, let's all give them a round of applause.
Pasensya na kasi kung di talaga kayo makapag-fight.
We'll see that later, one of our sponsors again. Okay, so now let's all welcome our third batch of ladies, and we begin with Miss Bukidnon.
I am Gwen Marie Curion, a doctor of Bukidnon. I came from a land of breathtaking mountains and warm-hearted people, a place where the beauty of the land reflects the strength of its people. I was raised by a solo parent. While my mother worked abroad, my grandmother became my home, my heart. Today, I serve as a tourism ambassador, sharing the beauty and the culture of my beloved province. And through pageantry, I found a purpose, a way to support my family and to be a reflection of the dreams they built for me. I am Gwen Marie Curion, molded by my past and moving forward with purpose for the future. And one day, through the experiences that shape me and the purpose that drives me, I will fulfill my dream to be a voice for those who, like me, found strength in the quiet courage of listening to listen. I will become a lawyer.
Okay, Miss Gwen from Malaybalay City, Bukidnon. I super love the music and the
Thank
video.
you.
Okay, so culture is not only something we inherit, but something we live. How do you choose to honor your Bukidnon culture in your everyday actions?
Thank you. Growing up in Bukidnon, I was surrounded by a beautiful mosaic of culture and tradition. I have witnessed my neighbor speak in different dialect, join fiestas and festival where the dances and the music told us stories from generations past. And through that, I was able to become the woman I am today. I am a woman for all with one heart. Because I am a woman of culture. Growing up in Bukidnon, I carry the values and the upbringing that I learned in my province. A woman of culture where I dances the stories of every Bukidnon people and the 7 indigenous tribes of Bukidnon. A woman of conviction because I choose to speak even if my voice trembles. A woman of compassion because in everyday life, I am not just a beauty queen. I am a daughter, a sister, and a friend. A daughter of a solo parent who became the other hand, the other foot, and the other shoulder of my mother to support our family. And a woman of conviction who chooses applause over purpose. And with this, I stand here at the Miss World Philippines, proving that the beautiful province of Bukidnon raises not just a beauty queen, raises not just a Gwen Marie Curion. Our province raises a woman who can not only speak for Bukidnon, but bring the story and culture of Bukidnon to the world and to walk with Bukidnon and to the entire people of our province. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Bukidnon. Gwen. Okay, now we move on to Miss Davao Region.
Before my dreams unfolded, my world had already been my greatest teacher. Every story has a beginning, and mine started in Davao City, where people fondly called me Jalai. I was raised in Davao City and Mawag, Davao de Oro. My father is an entrepreneur, while my mother, who once worked overseas, taught me the true meaning of sacrifice. However, the world allowed me to understand that even when families struggle, it opens the way for a new chapter and transformation. After my parents' separation, I was still fortunate to be raised and nurtured by my Lola Belen. She worked multiple jobs such as managing our little sari-sari store, And what I treasure most is her teaching me to live with kindness, humility, and hope. I have always dreamed of becoming a cabin crew. Yet, for someone who grew up in a broken family, that dream came with countless challenges. To keep moving forward, I walked the runway, graced commercials, ushered at events, and embraced every opportunity I could find. From struggle, I found resilience. From pain, I discovered purpose. I am Javelin Lorejo, a dreamer, a fighter, a believer, and a Davaoana with a purpose.
Okay, Miss Davao Region.
Hello, Miss Jasmine.
Hi, in your video you talked about sacrifice as love in action. How has sacrifice shaped your purpose and how do you intend to pay it forward?
Despite of all the challenges I faced growing up, I remember my grandmother has faced through a lot of challenges while raising me. I remember she has to wake up early in the morning, like 3 a.m. to open our little sari-sari store. And she was even diagnosed with pneumonia. But it didn't stop her because she has this dream in her heart that we will live comfortably in the future. I get emotional when I talk about my grandmother, and I'm so sorry for that. And I remember on my very first salary as a flight attendant, I used it to buy her a very brand new refrigerator and a water dispenser where you don't have to lift the water bottle because it's quite heavy for an elderly, right? So I bought her the dispenser where you just push the bottle, and she was really happy about it. And aside from that, I didn't give back only to her. I also think about the other lolas and lolas because, as you all know, my Lola Belen is really friendly. She has a lot of friends, even her neighbors. They talk every single day. Like even in their coffee with the bread, they make sausaw with. That's how they do it in the province. And I make sure that I don't just give back to her. I make sure that I give back to every elderly. That's why I am proud to share that in my Pangkok project, that's where I empower the lolas and lolas by giving them the dignity and comfortable life. And with Cash Capital Program, I have 3 beneficiaries already, and I started it with my hometown and with my grandmother. We have 3 beneficiaries that I gave in my own personal savings so that they can open small businesses. And I also believe that if you give back, it doesn't have to be material things. Presence and understanding for our lolas and lolas matters the most. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we move on to the Filipino community of Hawaii.
Aloha and mabuhay. My name is Imani Asia Coban Smith, proudly representing Hawaii in the Miss World Philippines Challenge. Growing up with both Hawaiian values and Filipino roots, my journey wasn't always easy. As a child of Black and Filipino heritage, I faced racism and colorism, moments that made me question where I belonged. I learned that my identity isn't about my skin color and how I look, but how I choose to treat others with love. One of the ways I show that compassion is by sharing meals and passing down stories at the table. That same compassion fuels my advocacy for animal safety and protection, giving every life a chance to be loved. I hope to be a bridge between my 2 people, sharing a message of love and unity. And from my heart to yours, aloha and salamat.
Aloha, Miss Hawaii. Okay, racism wounds not only individuals but communities. Beyond speaking out, how would your experience with racism shape the message you want the world to hear?
So growing up, I did face a lot of racism and colorism, like I said in my video. And that caused me to have a lot of low self-esteem and low self-confidence growing up. But through this, I've learned that it is the way that I show other people kindness. It is the way that I show that compassion, not just to the Filipino people, but to the world.
because I believe that compassion truly can shape a community and to change. And I just want to be that bridge between showing other people how compassion and kindness truly can change the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Hawaii. And now we move on to Miss Zamboanga Peninsula.
Hola! My friends used to call me Aim. I was raised in the Zamboanga Peninsula, where Christian, Muslim, and Luman hearts beat together as one. Here we live with respeto, greeting with Assalamualaikum as naturally as Buenos Dias. I learned early that beauty lies in diversity. I wear the malum as proudly as the mestiza tribe, because to be a Zamboangueña is to carry many stories in one heart. My name is Rodeline Ib Castillo, a daughter of the Zamboanga Peninsula. My story is one of quiet strength, shaped by faith, family, and purpose. From the heart of Zamboanga, I rise as an exceptionally empowered Filipino. Because to be a Zamboangueña is to be a bridge between faiths, between cultures, and between hearts.
Okay, Miss Zamboanga Peninsula. So you believe, you believe that beauty lies in diversity, but diversity is often celebrated only in words, while remaining challenged in practice. How do you create spaces where differences are not just tolerated, but truly embraced?
My favorite Chabacano word is esperanza, which means hope. And I always believe that hope isn't just taught in Zamboanga Peninsula, but it's a practice. It's a value that we practice each day. And so, Zamboanga Peninsula is very diverse. We have a lot of cultures, we have a lot of languages. And the best way that we can do is the best way that we can ensure that we celebrate diversity is to be hopeful and to have respect with each other. I always believe that respect is the bare minimum and love is the highest form. So respect is the foundation of all the relationships that are going to be built, and that foundation will become stronger, and that becomes love. When everybody understands that each one has different narratives, and that a community with different narratives and identity-forming narratives that now I carry as my narrative, as my personal story here in Miss World Philippines. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Zamboanga Peninsula. Okay, moving on to our personality questions. Okay, Gwen, if confidence were a feeling, when do you feel it most naturally?
Thank you. Of course, as someone in the spot, being a beauty queen, going out every day, gloved up, and wearing beautiful clothes every day, because, as a public figure, you should show your better self, so you can show up to others better too. So I feel confident, of course, when, my heart smiles, because smile, you can just see smile in your mouth. Your heart smiles. And when my heart smiles, I allow other people to smile too. Because I was able to radiate that positive energy. So being confident is like fulfillment in my heart. And in everyday life, I am confident. Why? Because I know that I was raised well by my mother. I was able to help my 2 younger siblings. And of course, I am confident because I am here representing Bukidnon. Bukidnon is a very large province, and I am here representing them, and Bukidnon chose me. And I would like to, transcend that confidence to every one of you, that you don't need to have that position, that title in life to be confident. Be confident in your own way, because when you are confident, you will inspire others to do the same. And I want that value to transcend to the rest of the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gwen. Confident every day. Okay, so we go on to JV. What do you enjoy more? starting something new, or improving something familiar, and why?
I am a risk taker. I am someone who is very exploring when it comes to new things. So I will choose starting in new things. I even started I even started playing lawn tennis, even if it's really heavy for me. The racket is really heavy for my shoulder, with my scoliosis and everything. And I am really proud because I was aiming for the ball, even if sometimes it hits my body. But I told myself, nah, since I started it, I have to finish it stronger. And I have to finish it with something that I'm really, someday that I'll be proud of. So yeah, I'll start with something new.
Something new, like Alex Ayala, something like that? You had with that? Okay.
Yes. It's my father's, my father's dream to see her in person.
Okay, so we'll see later on, ladies and gentlemen. She becomes the next Alex Ayala. Okay, so, Imani, if your smile had a story, what would it say about you?
Thank you for that question. So if my smile had a story, it would be one of resilience. Like I said earlier, I did struggle with low self-esteem growing up and wondered if I was, African American enough or Filipino enough or just enough in general. But, I just want to be that story. I want to be someone who tells one of getting back up whenever I fall down, getting back up when someone pushes me to the ground. Because when I smile, I know that I not just stand here as your Miss World Philippines Hawaii, but I stand as Imani Kurban Smith, and that is more than enough. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Imani. Very enough, I would say. Okay, Miss Zamboanga Peninsula, Rovi Lane, how do you usually lift yourself up on challenging days?
I face challenging moments every day since I'm a law student, and I've been humbled in my journey in law school. And so I have so many self-doubts in entering law school since I graduated because of scholarships. And right now, I'm also a scholar. And while in Miss World, I'm also attending my classes. And so even in those challenging moments of my life, I draw strength from the people I love, from the people who continue to believe in me and support me all the way. Because I feel that I have so much doubt in myself, even if I have achieved so many things in life, but I know I can achieve more. And so with the love and support of my family, I am here standing in front of all of you saying that you can do it too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Robilane. Okay, there you have it, our third batch of ladies. Let's all give them a round of applause. And now we would like to acknowledge, of course, the man behind Miss World Philippines. Let's all welcome, he's here on this very special day, Mr. Arnold Vegafria. Thank you so much, Gabi, for gracing us this afternoon. And now, as we welcome our fourth batch of ladies, let's all watch this sponsor's video that will be shown on the screen. Okay, let's welcome the fourth batch of ladies. Okay, let's all give them a warm round of applause. Wala na masyado nanonood. Okay. Thank you so much for the support of my judges. Okay, so we begin with Miss Laguna.
I was born in Barcelona to very young parents who were new to the city, so of course that meant that they were very unprepared and scared. I'm very grateful for the childhood I had, though it definitely wasn't easy. My family of overseas Filipino workers taught me to work hard and to find strength even when life was heavy. My parents divorced when I was 10. My sister and I moved from house to house every week, carrying everything that mattered to us in a single backpack. On top of that, I was experiencing bullying at school. I didn't have real friends, and I really struggled to make them. In 2016, everything hit at once. My grandfather, the one who raised us, unfortunately died of leukemia. At 11, I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety at a time when mental health wasn't really talked about, especially in a Filipino family overseas. They thought distance would heal me, so I moved to the Philippines, but isolation wasn't the cure. But I found comfort in art, in music, and slowly in friendship. Healing came slowly, but it came. But when I was just starting to live my life again, COVID hit, and I had to go back to Barcelona. And somehow, that's where my healing really began. I studied graphic design, and then digital marketing. I started working, I started modeling. I learned how to be independent, how to stand on my own 2 feet. I realized no one was coming to save me. That's okay, because I was learning how to save myself. Every struggle led me here to Miss World Philippines. And I'm here to give a voice to those who were silent, and to remind every child your pain is real, your story matters, and healing is possible. I'm Zia Ines Arboleda, your Miss World Philippines Laguna 2025, and this is my story.
Okay, Miss Laguna. Healing is not the absence of pain, but the presence of hope. So as someone who has walked through darkness and chosen healing, how did it transform your purpose, and how will you help others find theirs?
Thank you. Well, my story definitely shaped who I am today. I never really saw myself in the position of being the one of service and of giving and being the one to help and give a helping hand until pageantry, because I was always the one seeking to be seen and to be heard because of my story. And pageantry put me in a position where I can give out a helping hand, where I can be the one to say, I see you, where I can be the one to say, I'm here for you. And I think that that's beautiful. So for that, I thank pageantry and I thank my story, because while I'm doing this, while I'm standing for the children who also deserve to be seen and to be heard, I'm also healing my inner child. And I'm here being heard, being seen, being perceived by all of you. And I think that it's a beautiful thing with life and what we're doing here in pageantry. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Laguna. And now we move on to Miss Manila.
Hello Philippines, hello world, and welcome to my live. I just would like to say hi to my 1.5 million viewers. Grabe, sobrang dami nyo ngayon. I am Anne Mesa, and I will be representing the city of Manila for this year's Miss World Philippines. So let's read some comments from our live viewers. So I see a comment here from ELV Pageant Circle 2026. Tell us something about yourself. Currently, I am working as a certified public accountant for 5 years now. But a fun fact, guys, I've always wanted to become a chemical engineer. Pero yung parents ko, they wanted me to become an accountant kasi mas marami daw pera. Parang di naman. So we have here another comment from Miss World Philippines 2026. Hello, Miss World Philippines 2026. Paano ka naman naging host, ate? Growing up, I was very shy, I was timid, I was so afraid of public speaking. So I told myself this would be a great opportunity for me to gain more confidence in speaking to the public. And also, I got to meet you guys, my super supportive 1.5 million viewers. At hindi lang yun, nakakausap ko kayo, nakikilala ko kayo. Kahit naman most of the times, kausap ko lang yung sarili ko. But for me, that's the beauty of doing different. That's the beauty of going out of your comfort zone. You get to see a better version of yourself. You get to develop a new, more profound version of yourself. An exceptionally empowered woman. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you guys enjoyed our live for today. See you again and see you at the Coronation Night on February 3 at the Mall of Asia Arena.
Miss Manila!
Hello, Jasmine.
Can you do a live with your 1.5
With my 1.5
viewers
million
today?
viewers.
Para naman mahanap tayo dito. Okay, Miss Manila. They say growth often begins where comfort ends. How does stepping out of your comfort zone transformed your purpose?
I think one moment when I really got out of my comfort zone was after my last national pageant. After my last national pageant, I told myself, parang ayoko na. Parang gusto ko na mag-focus sa career ko as an accountant, mag-settle down, or kung ano man yung gawin ko with my personal life. But then, it will always be in my heart to represent the Philippines in the international stage and hopefully win a crown one day. And that is why I went out of my comfort zone. I went back to where my pageant journey started, in Miss World Philippines. And I hope that on February 3, I will get a full circle moment of where my home is, of where my pageant journey started, and where will my pageant journey end, here in Miss World Philippines. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Miss Manila. Okay, now we move on to Miss Naga.
Welcome to Zoe 101.
It's Zoe without the Y.
Oh, right. My bad. She used to be in the US Navy, so she can definitely lift 50 kilograms. Or so we thought.
I'm trying my best, okay?
And we believe you. Oh, did I mention she's also a content creator? Well, an aspiring one, at least. Zoe's not perfect, but she's trying her best in life. And sometimes it's the process of trying that matters. I hope you enjoyed this class of Zoe 101. Class dismissed.
Zoe 101.
Yes, without the Y.
Without the Y. It's not Zo, okay. Miss Naga, many young people struggle with the pressure to be perfect. How does trying to be perfect redefine your perspectives in life, and how will you inspire young people to do the same?
Actually, as I mentioned, I'm a content creator. So I've learned that the internet or social media actually rewards perfection and doesn't really give notice to authenticity. But in trying to be perfect, we lose ourselves. And I think that being perfect will not be the essence of being a human being. We need to be individuals, we need individuality so that every single person, every single youth out there would be able to help us and progress as a society. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Naga. And now, Miss Occidental Mindoro.
Growing up in the Philippines, I learned that
that dreams aren't just for wishes. You have to make them happen. At 14, I knew I wanted more. I didn't let challenges stop me. I worked harder, smarter, and with more heart. It wasn't easy, but every step brought me closer to my goals. The struggles temporary, but the victories forever. Now, at 18, I see the payoff, and this is just the start. A Filipino who doesn't give up. My story proves that with grit, passion, and dreams, nothing's impossible.
Meredith Brenda Bobadilla Arnoldo, Occidental, Mindoro!
Okay, Miss Occidental Mindoro. When grit fuels passion and passion fuels dreams, what kind of a Miss World Philippines does that create in you?
Thank you so much. I've faced a lot of challenges, and as a young girl, as an 18-year-old girl, I really doubted myself into joining Miss World Philippines because I was young. Actually, I'm the youngest in here. I just turned 18 last November. But that challenges brought me in here. It gave me passion. It gave me the confidence to really advocate for what I've been doing. My advocacy that I started at a very young age. And as a Miss World Philippines, I know that I am not the prettiest or the most eloquent candidate, but what I have in me is the perseverance and the dedication that I can bring into the international stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Occidental Mindoro. And now we go back to Miss Laguna. Okay, Miss Laguna, what's something people might not see at first, but is very you?
Ooh, I'm very opinionated. Although I can be quiet sometimes, I think that I have strong opinions about things, and when people get to hear them, they get surprised because it's like you're very strong in this opinion, you're very strong in this stance. And so yeah, that's something that I think people would be surprised to know about me.
Okay, thank you, Zia.
Thank you.
Very interesting. Okay, Anne de Mesa, if you were to describe your heart in one word today, yes, what would it be?
My heart is very full of love, full of excitement, full of joy, because I know I am in the right place at the right time. So my heart is very happy. I am so happy, of course, to see your panel of judges, my sisters, 23 sisters. And I know that when your heart is happy, you are at the right place. Thank you.
Yes, happy at the right place. Okay, Zoe. What personal quality do you think will help you the most in this journey?
I would say that I'm very good at compromise. I think in life we should learn how to be flexible in our decisions and what we want to do as our end goal. And that comes from being in the US Navy. I learned honor, courage, commitment, and that is our 3 core values in the US Navy. And because of that learning I took with me, and I'm ready to give it here to Miss World Philippines and hopefully the international stage.
Thank you, Zoe. Okay, now we go to Meredith. What's a moment you're proud of that didn't involve winning anything?
Yes. Last year, I represented the whole Philippines in Jaipur, India at the first ever Miss Teen Earth, and I won as the second runner-up. And what I have been most proud of, not because of my achievement and title, but because even though I struggled a lot, I was able to be there. My parents are a street food vendor, and I've always been so proud to share it to everybody that I sell kwek-kwek, kikiam, and I was here. I am here despite all the challenges, despite all the lack of resources. And as a beauty queen, I think that is what matters. Being proud of your identity, of being proud of your challenges, because it is what shaped us to be in here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Meredith. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, palakpakan po natin our Group 4 for our head-to-head challenge. let's welcome the 5th batch of ladies. Okay, we're starting with our 5th group for the head-to-head, and we begin with Miss Philippine Communities of New York.
Mabuhay Philippines, and welcome to New York. And just like New York, Metro Manila is the city that never stops. Hello world, I'm Marisa Delgado, a data scientist and model based in New York City. I was born and raised in California, but everything changed when I was discovered by my modeling agency and moved to New York. Boy, Philippines! Here in New York, there's a little Manila where the food, culture, and community feel like home. My mom is from Pampanga, the culinary capital of the Philippines, and my dad grew up in Tondo, Manila. They came to America with nothing but their dreams, and I carry their sacrifice with me in every step I take. Last year, I made history as the first Filipina American to be crowned Miss New York USA. Being an empowered Filipina means embracing being multidimensional, coders and creatives, leaders and dreamers. I'm Marisa Delgado, proudly representing the Filipino community of New York to the world.
Miss New York. So are you on Kapampangan? Do you speak Kapampangan?
Naintindihan ko, but I don't speak that much.
You don't speak that much. Okay, it's nice to know. Okay, so Miss New York, how has your experience as a multidimensional Filipina in New York prepared you to represent the Philippines with authenticity on the world stage?
Like I said in my video, I am a model, data scientist, and an advocate for women in STEM. And this has prepared me for the Miss World Philippines pageant because we are all about amplifying and lifting our social advocacies. So I was so happy to have presented my advocacy of Girls Who Code at the Beauty with a Purpose presentation. Girls Who Code is the largest nonprofit that is changing the face of technology. We have already taught over 760,000 girls how to code. And I want to bring that initiative over here to the Philippines. But not only that, I want to show that Filipinas are multi-passionate. We have so many passions in life, and I want these young Filipinas to not count themselves out because they don't see themselves in this field. So I want to show them that there are empowered, exceptionally empowered Filipinas here today that they can look up to. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dior. Now, Miss Filipino Community of United Kingdom.
I am Margaret Elisa Marno, proudly representing the Filipino community of the United Kingdom. Born and raised in the UK by my devoted family parents, I carry with me the values of faith, family and hard work. Yet my roots remain deeply anchored in Gimba, where Siha, the land of my ancestors, where tradition and culture flourish. I am a registered nurse specialising in palliative and elderly care. This calling has taught me that healthcare is not only about saving lives, but also ensuring dignity, comfort and compassion at every stage of life. As Filipinos, we are bound by traits that make us unique. For me, that is our love for food, which is a reminder of home, comfort and connection. I also hold a long life passion for dance, an expression of discipline and creativity that has shaped me since childhood. Today, I stand here to celebrate my heritage and give voice to the values that unite us. I am Margaret Elisa Marno, and I am honoured to bring the Filipino community in the UK in the stage of Miss World Philippines.
Okay, Miss UK. Healthcare workers are a pillar of strength. How did healthcare shape your purpose, and how will you use your voice to heal others?
So I became a registered nurse because I think it came from the inspiration of both my parents. They are both healthcare workers, and my mother, who was awarded by the late Queen Elizabeth in 2021, she was awarded a British Empire Medal for her excellence in nursing during the COVID times, and she was also recognised by our president of the Philippines, so we were able to go to a courtesy call to recognise her hard work within the Filipino community in the UK. So with this, it really inspired me to become a nurse and shapes me to be the woman I am today. With this, it actually came with a lot of pressure, trying to be the same kind of nurse that my mother is, but instead of trying to see this as a pressurized thing, I try to use it as inspiration to become a better nurse, to be able to give back to those who are unable to, which is what I try to do with my project, Dignity Without Borders. So this is essentially bringing more palliative awareness to the Philippines and trying to break that stigma around what this term means and trying to give it more meaning for the Filipinos here. And with this is what I want to do, and I'm trying to, as someone with a golden heart, I want to give back to those in their golden age.
Thank you so much, Miss United Kingdom. And now we go to Miss Quezon City.
Solitary motion won't reveal the whole dance. A lone brushstroke won't capture the full painting. A single word can't tell the entire story. Filipino American, I'm the oldest of four, the best of both cultures, my faith at the core. My uncle and Lola were farmers, a heritage of harvest and seed. My purpose and journey to help those who are in need. Homeschooled and lonely, I had need of connection. Dance and the arts inspired new direction. With my pen and my brush, I'm an author and painter. With my voice and my movement, I'm a singer and dancer. From local barangays to international stages, I have shared these gifts in so many places. For Pickle Lab, Batang Pickleball, and the International Sports Federation, I am now an ambassador, empowering generations. A heart full of service, my feet on a stage, awaiting the harvest, these are just but a page. I am Aishiro Simpson, Miss World Philippines, Quezon City.
Miss Quezon City. Okay, Miss Quezon City, you said that a single word can tell the whole story. If your life cannot be defined by one word, What values would you hope people feel after hearing your full story?
I recently finished a poetry book that I call A Portrait of Words. I do not believe that a single word can tell the entire story. I believe that a picture, sometimes just a picture, can tell 1,000 stories. And I want people to see from me is purity, integrity, strength. I am 18 years old, but a number does not define me. I want people to see that strength comes from within, and that your identity should not be put in something that can change. My identity is found in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So to everyone who's watching, to everyone who's hoping, who's dreaming, remember, your identity is not based on circumstances. Your Creator is watching you, has plans for you. Lean into that, and He will guide you. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Quezon City. And now, Miss Valenzuela City.
I am Charlene Dalani, Miss World Philippines Valenzuela. But what happens when you take away all the glitz and glamour? Let's see you make the background white, shall we? So without all that, what is left of a beauty queen? I am Charlene Dalani, and I feel like I've already lived so many lives. I have been a scholar, a writer, a public speaker, a singer, a journalist, a model, a beauty queen. The many lives I have lived have taught me how to care for and influence the many other lives now looking on to me for inspiration for their story. Because the one persisting truth in all of my life experiences is that I am a storyteller through and through. This is my story. What about you? Tell me yours. I am Charlene Dalani.
Okay, Miss Valenzuela City. Purpose is not something we find once, but something we live every single day. How do you choose to live yours?
Thank you so much, Ms. Jasmine, for that question, and I would like to acknowledge the presence of everyone watching. So, for that question, I believe that I live out my purpose throughout, as I have shown, all the many different professions and experiences that I have had by asking thoughtful questions, not just to others, but to myself as well. Because when you ask thoughtful questions, you show that you care, that you are listening, and that you want others to feel heard. And when you gain their experiences, and you are able to write those experiences into the stories you then tell to other people, then that's how we make connections as human beings. And the second part is I also ask myself very purposeful, intentful questions. Because in anything you pursue, if you do not ask yourself why so often, you will falter. No matter what it is, you will get tired, no matter how much you love doing it. So that is how I am being purposeful. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Valenzuela City. Going back to Miss Philcom New York, Marisa. If you could share one positive thought with everyone watching right now, what would it be?
From my Q&A coach, Attorney JT, shout out to him. One positive thought that I want to share with everyone is that calma is a superpower. When you are in a chaotic experience such as a beauty pageant, you need to make sure that you practice mindfulness. I always meditate every morning and do my breathing exercises before I step on stage so that I am very present in this moment. And I believe that calm is a superpower, especially for a beauty queen. So even though my heart is racing right now, I'm making sure that I'm keeping my calm demeanor because that's one of the most powerful qualities a beauty queen can have.
Thank you, Marisa. Yes, you show calma today. Okay, Angel, So what part of your personality are you most... Oh, okay. Sorry, but let me ask you that question. What part of your personality are you most thankful for right now?
So the most grateful thing about my personality, I think, would be my open mind. Because coming from the UK, I've been able to live two different cultures. Being a British Filipina, I've been able to see different cultures within the UK, and I'm so grateful to actually be here and present in the Philippines now to represent the Filipino community in the UK on this national stage. So I'm able to bring a different side where a lot of Filipinos are unable to see actually, especially through my profession. I feel I'm able to carry a lot of resilience, a lot of hard work, and a lot of open-mindedness, which is what I am most grateful for. And being able to appreciate loads of different cultures within the UK, because UK is so diverse, and as well in the Philippines, there are so many different tribes, there's so many different religions within the Philippines. And being able to share this platform with my 23 other sisters, I'm able to see all sorts of cultures within the Philippines and within my sisters, being able to learn about the different regions in the Philippines, which I was not very aware about, but I'm so grateful that I'm able to share this with you.
Okay, thank you, Marguerite. Yeah, okay, that's right. Okay, moving on to Asia. If you had a free day with no responsibilities at all, how would you spend it from morning to night?
Wow, that seems kind of like a personal attack because if anyone knows me, I am always doing something. And I am the oldest of 4 siblings, so I always have responsibilities. My siblings in the back, I see you, I love you. But I have many different hobbies. I love to write, as was said earlier in the video. I like to crochet and knit. My siblings call me grandma for that. I do not care, I love it. So from beginning to end, let's start in the morning. I would do my devotion, read the Bible, because that's very important, set yourself up for success. And then I would probably write, because I want to become a children's book author, and I have so many ideas right now that I'm having to put off because the pageant is just so hectic, but this is important first. So I would probably write, maybe illustrate some of the pages, go down to play basketball with my brother, because that's something we've been doing as well. All in all, it would be a very full day, even if it was supposed to be a rest day, because I love doing something all the time.
Well, you and I are very distinct. Thank you so much, Asia. And now we go to Sherline. Charlene. See? What makes you feel most proud, not because others noticed, but because you did?
I love the question because in these moments, it is only I who truly knows the answer. There have been many moments during the pageant when I have been very afraid to step on stage. And nobody would know that, just me. Well, now I've revealed it to the world, apparently. But I am so proud of that because a lot of the people who watch us do not know how much guts it takes just for us to be able to step on stage, use our voices, and let others be heard. And whenever that happens, I feel so proud. In fact, I want to share just a succinct story. During our folk dances audition, I committed a mistake during the Binasuan dance, a very, very ambitious dance. The glass fell on the floor. I think some of you witnessed that. And in that moment, I had a choice whether to go off stage, just pack my bags and go, or to carry on with my performance, which is what I did. I still wanted to continue with grace under pressure. And so, that is what I'm proudest of, pushing through no matter what, held up high, just like a beauty queen. Thank you.
Definitely, Shirley. So, once again, let's give it up for our Group 5 for a head-to-head challenge. Okay, we begin with our sixth batch of ladies, and we start with Miss Singapore.
Through Harvard and perseverance, my parents were able to create opportunities that changed our lives. My grandmother, who was also a teacher, became my first inspiration. She taught me that education is one of the most powerful tools we can give a child, because as a power to transform. Having studied across nations, I gained a wider global perspective. I learned to celebrate diverse cultures, adapt to change, and remain deeply grounded to my original roots. I earned my bachelor's degree in marketing at the Singapore Institute of Management under the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology, where I learned how leadership and creativity can create a meaningful impact. Today, I use every lesson I've learned to advocate for education and empowerment for children, because when a child is given the chance to learn and grow, they're given the chance to rewrite their future, and that is the chance that every child deserves.
Okay, Miss Filipino Community of Singapore, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, so your question is, education creates lasting change. How did education empower you, and how will you empower others in return?
Okay, thank you for your question. So, education empowers others because my family came from humble beginnings, and my grandmother was told that she was just a girl. She couldn't study. Her father told her that she was just a girl and girls should not study. But as an empowered woman, I believe that all girls should study. And education transformed my parents' life too, because so my family came from humble beginnings, and sorry, can you repeat your question? Thank you.
How did education empower you, and how do you plan to empower others as well?
So I graduated from Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology at the Singapore Institute of Management. And education helped me empower others. And I met a girl called Amor, and I believe that education opens doors as well as helps other people learn new things. And I believe that knowledge is power. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to Miss Rizal Province.
I am Lorena Jimba, Miss World Philippines 2026, representing the province of Rizal.
I sing, I model, I host, I act, I talk.
A lot. I know. Yaffer, right?
In the morning, I work as a TikTok live stream host trainer, and when night falls, I sleep. Duh! But behind the laughter and the puns lies a story shaped by adversity.
I faced colorism, racism, and moments that made me question where I truly belong. And when I lost my mother to cancer, life became even harder.
She was the one who always reminded me that I am right where I belong.
I am here to remind everyone that every experience, every stumble, and every setback does not define us. What defines us is how we rise again and again. I am Lorena Jimba, and I am ready to reign the world.
Miss Rizal Province. Mali! How did confronting colorism shape your purpose? And how will you help others, especially the young people, embrace their own beauty?
Yes, so actually it was very challenging for me, especially as a young girl, to confront colorism and racism. Let me tell you a story. I'm so sorry, I know we're running out of time. But up until this day, my father feels sad whenever he remembers that story. When I was in kindergarten, I had to attend a recognition day, and the parents were supposed to accompany the kids on stage. But I cried at home, and I told my father, ayoko sa'yo kasi maitim ka. So up until this day, I still feel sad that young Lorraine would feel very ashamed of her color, and most especially her dad. But then growing up, I'm so thankful to my father as well, because he didn't give up on explaining to me why
why we were different, why I was different, like in terms of of my skin color, and he was also the one who really empowered me to embrace my true, authentic self. So this way I was also able not just to confront colorism, but to truly understand like the deeper meaning of white people, especially Filipinos. Most of us, I myself, I'm being honest, so most of us are very biased when it comes to skin color. So we face it not just in pageantry, but sometimes at work. There's still works that prioritize or give more opportunities to light-skinned Filipinas. So what I would say, like how I would encourage other people to confront colorism as well, is just stay true to yourself. You do not have to change the color of your skin just for you to feel important, just for you to feel seen. So do not equate fair skin to shining bright. I am dark skinned and I feel glowing as ever. So just be you, embrace the color of your skin.
Yes, definitely glowing. Okay, now we move on to Miss Sultan Kudarat.
Mabuhay! I am Olivia Grace Riley from the vibrant and dream-filled province of Sultan Kudarat. People who don't know me often think I'm timid, but the closest to me will tell you I'm actually bumisnges and tabian, or talkative in English. Someone who loves to laugh and talk about anything under the sun. But beyond that laughter, I want my voice to carry purpose. I want to use it to raise awareness for causes that matter deeply to me, mental health and well-being of women. More than becoming Miss World, I dream to become a gynecologist. This dream began when my aunt had to leave Mindanao just to find proper medical help for her fertility issues. Because no woman should ever have to travel far to receive the care and compassion she deserves. My journey is more than a pursuit of the crown. It is a mission to ensure every woman is seen, heard, and healed. Because in the end, a queen shines, but a woman with purpose transforms the world.
Okay, Miss Sultan Kudarat, mental health support is still inaccessible for many women. If you were to represent the Philippines on the world stage, what message would you share about protecting women's mental health as human right?
Kasadja and Kalinaw to everyone, to our judges, Miss Jasmine, thank you so much for asking such a meaningful question that means a lot to me. For those who don't know, I am actually clinically diagnosed with depression, trauma, and anxiety because something happened to me when I was younger and I really can't really talk about it. And also, my aunt who has fertility issues and she cannot have children. And my grandmother who had breast cancer, stage 3, but she survived. All of us are women. All of us had many struggles, but even so, we are able to move past that and to where I am now. And if I could represent the Philippines on the international stage, hopefully, as I was crowned by the reigning Miss World, Opal Sushanta Shuangsi, such a gratitude for me. And if I could represent the Philippines, I would always advocate for women's mental health because that is also my Feed with a Purpose project. It was also inspired by the 3 women in my life, again, my mother, my aunt, and my grandmother. And to represent the Philippines and to talk about mental health awareness and about women's mental health, be such a gratitude to me because they mean a lot to me. And they mean the world to me also, and I really hope that people would honor our parents, honor the women in our lives because they have nurtured us and they have taken care of us. I think it is time for us to also give that back, to give that nurturing, to give that understanding to the women in our life. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, last intro video for today, we have Miss Zamboanga City.
Hola! Yo!
y Ansha Lishelter, un verdadera doppelganger.
At 12, while other kids are collecting stickers, I was collecting customers. I started selling lip tints, shirts, and accessories online. And at 19, I opened my first coffee and food stall because caffeine isn't just a need, it's a lifestyle. And I love dancing. That's why at 10, I fell down the stage when we were competing in the barangay hip hop dance competition. And for some reason, I only sketch when I'm either sick or bored in class. My professor probably think that I'm the castle of procrastination. I have 12 cats and 4 dogs and a few angels in heaven. Let's just say that I run a kingdom of fur and love. I lift heavyweights, explore new cafes, and love to cook, especially sinigang and adobo. I love a heavy schedule. The busier I am, the happier that I get. And maybe that's why I completed 13 purposeful projects under my reign, all while saving my own money for it. I may be a mix of caffeine, chaos, and compassion, but that's what makes me Ansha Jones, a resilient, vibrant, and God-fearing Zamboangueña. Muchísimas gracias, Filipinas. Hola, yo, y Ansha Lishelter, un verdadera dom.
Yes, ayan. Miss Zamboanga City.
Buenas tardes a todos.
Buenas tardes. Okay. I was supposed buenos dias, but okay. In your video, you described running a kingdom of fur and love. Was there a moment when caring for animals taught you a deeper lesson about unconditional love?
Okay, first of all, I have 13 cats and 4 dogs, and I had just adopted another stray dog back in night market where I have a coffee stall. So actually, I included animal welfare in my Beauty with a Purpose project, which is Purposeful Hearts by Ansha. It is something very close to my heart. I have learned that compassion should extend to all living beings. And we all know, of course, dogs and cats are living beings. And for me, it is very important that we treat them with so much kindness and compassion. One thing that I have seen is that seeing them hurt in the streets has taught me empathy on a deeper level. And it breaks my heart seeing dogs mercy killed, especially in city veterinary office. That's why I advocate for animal awareness, animal compassion, and kindness. And this is something that reflects back to the society, back to our values. And as Miss World Philippines and as a person, as a beauty queen and as a leader myself, I think that it is very important to keep in mind that kindness has no limits. And it should not be limited to animals. And I hope that everyone here tonight would have their pets. And if they have, we can take care of them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Zamboanga City. Going back to Miss Singapore. Hello again. What's one small moment in your daily life that reminds you to slow down and enjoy the present?
I think we should appreciate the time we have because life is too short to worry. And I think it's important to take things slow because life is too short. And I think it's important to smile because smile is the most beautiful thing you can show the world. And yeah, I think it's important to smile and thank you.
Thank you so much, Angel. You can now breathe. Okay, I can see your legs shaking, but you did very well. Congratulations. Okay, let's go to Lorraine. What excites you most about being a part of Miss World Philippines 2026?
Well, actually, a lot. It's like aside from the glitz and the glamour, I don't get to be glammed up and dolled up every day, so that's actually quite fun. But mostly, it's the fulfillment I get after each event. Like for example, today, I'd be so happy whenever I go back. Whenever I go back to my apartment, then I just recall what happened throughout the day. Like, really, beauty with a purpose. The day was very purposeful, and this is what I really look forward to and what excites me whenever I start an activity here at Miss World. And I know that up until February 3, I feel this excitement, and hopefully this excitement turns into a crown. So who knows?
We'll see you on February 3. Thank you so much, Lorraine. And now let's go on to Olivia. Olivia, if today were a celebration, what would it be celebrating about you?
If today were a celebration, it would be celebrating me being here today and talking. Because for those who don't know, I am afraid of public speaking. I'm very afraid. Before being in pageantry, I was like this very timid and shy girl, wouldn't even talk to my family members. I wouldn't even talk to my mom. And I really should be celebrating this because I had the courage to be here and to speak in front of all these people, in front of the camera, in front of these amazing judges. And I'm just so proud. And I hope I celebrate this up until February 3 to the coronation, and I'm able to also hold the mic and speak my part. So even if I stuttered earlier and I didn't do my best, I hope to do my best the next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We could definitely celebrate you every single day, even after February 3, okay? Okay, so Ansha.
Yes.
Last candidate, yes. If confidence were something you learned over time, what helped you build yours?
Thank you so much for that question. I believe that confidence for me is having faith in yourself. Faith that you can improve, that you can grow, and you can rise above any challenge. And this Miss World Philippines is a challenge for me. But I really think that I have learned this throughout all my journey. From joining national pageants to competing to a national stage, doing my own makeup, facing hardships in life, it has taught me that you need to think about celebrating your progress and not perfection. Because I found mine in simple moments. And confidence is found in things that when you honor your growth, it will follow. And I hope other girls, I will be able to inspire other girls to find their confidence and to find their strengths on how to do it. Maraming salamat. Gracias.
Gracias, Ansha. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our last batch of ladies. Let's all give them a round of applause. And that concludes our head-to-head challenge. Good job, ladies, and to all of the ladies here today, congratulations. Okay, so may we invite our first group, because earlier they were able to take photos here on stage. Okay, so may we invite our judges up on stage for a quick photo opportunity and later on with our candidates.
You're very good at storytelling.
And now we call on ALB with the judges. Okay, so to all of our candidates, you will have a photo opportunity together with our judges and with ALV. And we would also like to request someone from Bellevue, Manila to join us for the photo opportunity. We would like to call on Mr. Dave Quirino to join us on stage, and of course, the ladies. To all of our online viewers, later on we will be announcing the top 8 ladies who will make it to the second round of our head-to-head challenge, and that is happening exactly tomorrow.
Iba sa baba.
After ng gala sa 30, 39 na gala. Pero may first naman. Wala pa.
Experience is more important. All of you are winners. All of you are winners. Oh! You're proud. And experience is more important. You're proud to be and today this is your first. You have any, you want to say anything? These are the winners of the 2022. Tomorrow will be the final round for the SOS challenge, and that is school. Start of students.
Alamang gano'n. 9, 10, mag-start ka na. 8 times sila. Start 10. Pero better mag-start. Sa ulo na. Pero wala tayo na doon.
Parang may mga complimentary nila.
At least kung nakapasok tayo, pwede pa tayo. The best.
We missed it so much. Like we didn't walk the way we expected to, but for some reason, somehow, I don't want to say our class. Because we tried very hard, but we had so much fun during Miss World Philippines. We had such a challenge. Yes, our Universal Women Philippines 2025 is Jasmine.
Jasmine also.
Yes.
Our winner from Headline Challenge.
Yes, and when we walked away from this stage, you know, we had nothing but good experiences to take with us, but at the same time, I feel like in some way, shape, or form, the universe tests you before telling you it's ready to receive your crown. We walked away as gracefully as we could, and now we have our crowns. Thanks to Miss World and of course, Tito. So do your best and do the rest.
Well, anyway, we have to say thank you.
Guys, that's the day.
Hotel, with the owner here, Mr. Dave Benito. So I hope you guys promote Bellevue.
Yes.
Hashtag, what's the hashtag? Bellevue Manila. You know, Miss World Philippines is a different kind of competition. It's total in the totality that we're looking for. I'm looking for an ambassador, not just for glitz and glamour, not just for beauty, not just for a show. I'm looking for someone who can represent and bring the crowd to this World Philippines. And we have additional 3 more crowns, but I think I have to add 2 more crowns for this year. I will try my best to add 2 more crowns. I can see a lot of potential candidates who can represent our country on the international stage. So give them all the opportunity. So do your best and just enjoy it. Say something, Mr. Dave. You got Dave to say no.
Sure. Hi everyone, I'm Dave Trino. I'm with Hotels and Resorts, working here as the PT. My first experience with prior to the excellent leadership of Arnold over here is actually from my grandmother. She used to be the one who was in charge of Miss World Philippines. If you're familiar with Cory Aquino. Yeah, so I was exposed to this whole thing when I was what, 9, 8, too young to process what was going on, and I'm glad that things have come full circle. You guys are here with us today for your happiness challenge. You know, we just hope to see more of you guys around the hotel. Please don't forget to tag us. If you guys are interested, we have another branch 10 minutes that way, it's Tito Talalaman, and we have a branch up north in QC, Quezon City. And we hope to see you when we open in Baguio and Singapore as well. Thank you very much.
I hope you guys take away the experience of a lifetime. Because if you achieve what you set out to achieve, which is a crown, this experience is never going to happen again. And that's something that I think I don't want to take it for granted, but it's precious. And you only get your crown, or this world crown, once. So take in every single moment and every opportunity to live in the house. Yes, every opportunity. For some reason, I was just like, and the next year I was hosting it. And my face was on all the ads. And I said, Tito, you want me to come back up? He said, no, there's too much of your face. You remember that? I wasn't even a finalist, but the next year my face was on everything.
Even you are not a winner, but if I can see that you have potential and you are just a candidate, you can represent it. Because I believe that sometimes it's not the choices of the judges. It's sometimes what I can see, the talent or the candidate who can best represent the country. So do not feel bad if you did not make it as a queen or what. You still have a chance. If I can see some potentials, a potential queen, I can disappoint. So that's why I said a lot of international branches trying to reach me, to get candidates from our organization to represent our country. So do not lose hope. Do your best and relax and kalma ka. Sino si kalma kanina? Kalma na. And then just enjoy every moment of this competition. And you should be proud that you're wearing your sash to represent your alright? So you have any questions?
Very refreshing to see their faces. And very refreshing to hear them speak. And see what,
All of you are qualified, to be honest with you. Everyone can speak, everyone can communicate, everyone, they are this is the most important. For me, it's more on look, it's more important. What's inside, what you're intelligent and what's I can feel that every candidate, they really have the heart. That's what they're doing. You have to be genuine. It's not you. I don't want a candidate who just join the competition just for this and that. No, that's what I can feel that. I'm looking for a woman who has the ability to communicate, the ability to, who has the heart. And look as an ambassador. Think of an ambassador. That's what I do. Any question from the media? Nandito may mga media.
We don't have no questions. No questions pa.
Tomorrow is a big challenge. Then after the big challenge, there is the next competition.
Hindi po kami dyan.
Ate Chris, head-to-head, beach beauty.
Wala o, ikat.
What is the next after tomorrow?
I miss it so much. Although I enjoy them both because you got one like personality. Super much. Yes. Like very distant.
We have a big production for Asia. I hope that you can invite your friends, your supporters.
Video to.
I have schizophrenia. I'm schizophrenic.
Wow. Yeah, you're meeting one of the big. Yeah, yeah. I
Going to announce the top 8.
Okay, so we now request all the ladies to please sit down. In a while, we will be announcing the top 8 winners of our first round head-to-head challenge. So at this moment, we would like to acknowledge our 3 judges who definitely made time out of their day to join us all here at the first round of the head-to-head challenge. And may we now call on ALV. Okay, so this certificate reads and is presented to our judges. Name, okay, Maria Gigante for serving as a judge on the head-to-head preliminary round fast track challenge of Miss World Philippines 2026, given this day, 21st day of January 2026 at the Bellevue, Manila. And now we call on our next judge, Ms. Teresa Esparagol. And of course, our chairman of the board, Mr. Michael Villamor. Yes. Okay, so maraming salamat po to our 3 judges for this afternoon. Maraming salamat. And now may we like to request for the results. Oh, I believe ALV will be the one announcing.
there's a lot of confusion. Congratulations all the girls. Let's give you a round of applause. Ang galing nyo lahat. Ladies, don't forget the charity gala will be on January 29. I hope you help at the charities and you can ask your supporters, your LGU, your sponsors, at least one ticket is a big help for the organization, because all of this, all the funds that we're going to raise is for the organizations. And last year we did a lot of charities, right? Especially a lot of calamities happen, and Miss World Philippines is always there. In any calamities, in any ano sa daw? Sorry, let's start with head-to-head challenge, Group 1. And the winner is, for Group 1, who will join tomorrow for the finals, no? At where is the final? Southville International School. For Group 1, and the winner is candidate number 17, Pampanga, Gabriel Fuentes Galatia. Come on stage. Okay, for Group 2, the winner is candidate number 9, Ifugao, Valerie Pawi West. For Group 3, and the winner is candidate number 12, Manila, Ande Mesa. Congratulations, Miss Manila. And of course, for Group 4, candidate number 4, Davao, Jenny Lynn Lorejo, Davao Region. For Group 5, candidate number 18, Quezon City, Asia Rose Simpson.
Go Asia!
Group 6, and the winner is for Group 6, candidate number 20, Rizal Province, Lorraine Ojimba. We have 2 wildcards. We will announce these 2 wildcards, and the winner is candidate number 13, Naga City, Zoro Sofia Gabon, and candidate number 23, Zamboanga City, Ansha Jones. So the total of 8 candidates who will vie for the finals tomorrow for head-to-head challenge. Congratulations, ladies. You deserve to be the winner for finalists for head-to-head challenge. 2, 4, 6. One more. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Okay, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our top 8 finalists for first round head-to-head challenge. Later or tomorrow, you will be seeing more of them as they compete for the second round of our head-to-head challenge in Southville International School. So make sure to all of our online viewers to tune in because we will still be live. Once again, thank you all so much to all of our viewers and to all of the ladies who didn't make it. Still, congratulations, you did very well. Once again, this is Miss World Philippines 2026 Head-to-Head Challenge, the first round, and I'm Jasmine Alma, and I'm your host. Thank you and good evening.